A few weeks ago, something happened that we didn't plan for in any roadmap. Cape Verde went on a run in the World Cup. Draws with Spain, Uruguay and Saudi Arabia through the group stage, a spot in the knockout rounds, and then a loss to Argentina that brought the run to an end. For an app and book built entirely around Cape Verdean language and culture, that's about as good a moment as it gets. And this time, I get to show you the whole thing start to finish. This video is about what we did with that moment, match by match, and the new feature in the app that let us react to it in real time as it was actually happening. I'm Bayo, a software engineer and children's book author. If you haven't seen part 1, we built a landing page and ran a Facebook campaign to grow Doreen's audience beyond the people who already knew her. This is what we did once that bigger audience and a new tool were already in place right as Cape Verde kicked off in the World Cup. Before this, the only way to reach someone who had the app was email. That's fine, but email has a delay. Someone has to open their inbox, see the message, and decide to click. If something time sensitive is happening, that delay costs you. So, we shipped push notifications, those little alerts that pop up on your phone's lock screen or notification bar even when the app itself is not open, the same way a text message does. Once someone has the app installed, we can send one of these straight to their phone in the moment. A new lesson going live, a reminder to come back, or as it turned out, a Cape Verde World Cup match about to kick off. This is the same idea as the email sign-up we built into the very first version of the app. Give yourself a direct line to the people using your product, just a faster, more immediate version of it. Once Cape Verde started playing, we used both channels, email and push notifications, to ride the moment. Not buy the app now messages, no. Around each match, we sent updates that connected the excitement people already felt about Cape Verde to the language and culture the app teaches. Short language lessons, cultural notes, reminders of what's inside the app, timed to land right before or during a match people were already watching. The logic was simple. People were already paying attention to Cape Verde. We didn't have to create interest, we just had to show up inside it. After the 0-0 draw with Spain, an email went out on June the 20th to 1,241 people on the list. 28.2% opened it, 1.29% clicked through. After the 2-2 draw with Uruguay on June the 23rd, we sent out another email campaign. By then, the list had grown to 1,262 people, out of which 29.56% opened the email and 0.87% clicked. Now those were email campaigns. Push notifications were brand new at this point, so reach was still very small. Too few to draw any real conclusion from yet. By the time Cape Verde played Saudi Arabia, the third group match, also a scoreless draw, push notifications reach had grown to 56 for the pre-match reminder and 64 devices for the final score alert, both with click-through rates between 6 and 11%. Right before the Argentina match, the one that would end Cape Verde's World Cup run, the mailing list had grown again to 1,368 recipients. And for the email campaign we sent out to them, 30.26% opened it and 0.58% clicked. Now for push notifications, it had reached 132 devices on that day, with 13 people clicking straight through, roughly 9 times the reach it had 3 weeks earlier. Two honest notes on that data: push notifications grew nearly tenfold in reach over 3 weeks, and its click-through rate, 6 to 10% across the larger sends, ran well above the roughly 2 to 3% industry average for push notifications. Email opens stayed strong throughout, all above the roughly 20% benchmark. But clicks did slide from 1.29 down to 0.58% across the same 3 sends, below the roughly 2.4% average and worth watching if we run something like this again. Here's what I want you to really sit with. A paperback on Amazon cannot do any of this. It cannot send an email the morning of a match. It cannot push a notification to someone's phone or tablet. It cannot even know a World Cup match is happening. It is finished the day it's printed, useful but completely static. The app is not just a different format of the same book, it's a living product that can respond to the real world in real time. That's not a small upgrade, it's a different category of thing entirely. Doreen's book taught Criollo on the page. Doreen's app could feel a moment happening in the world and show up inside it the same week on her readers' phones. That for me is the clearest example yet of what I mean when I talk about repurposing your book. You're not just converting a format, you're giving your work the ability to stay alive and keep responding long after the print run is done. Putting all of this together, here's what Doreen's app numbers landed in June, the same month that the whole run played out. Let's start with downloads. In June, the free version of the app was downloaded 1,048 times across Google and iOS platforms. On the paid side, 30 purchases came through in June, 2 of them later refunded for a net of 28, split close to even. We had 14 full app purchases, that is, 14 full unlocks for $19.99 USD and 16 single chapters, each costing $2.99 USD, which is the same pattern we saw in April. Geographically, it stretched further than our original targeting when we ran the ads. Alongside the US, purchases came in from France, Norway, Denmark, Sweden, Canada, and the Netherlands. Some of the World Cup attention reaching well past the diaspora countries we specifically targeted with the Facebook ads in part 1. Net proceeds for June came in around $251 US, with buyers paying closer to $369 before Apple and Google's commissions. Compare that to April's net proceeds of $179 US from 19 purchases and May's net proceeds of $157. June was the strongest month yet, and it landed right in the middle of the one live event we didn't plan for, the World Cup. Every one of those numbers came from a different lever, and every lever only exists because the book became an app. If you've published a children's book, this is what I mean when I say you're probably sitting on more potential than you realize. Grab my free blueprint linked below to see how this could work for your book. And if you have any questions whatsoever, please feel free to reach out to me. I'll keep documenting Doreen's numbers as they grow, good and bad, because the proof matters more than the pitch. Now for the World Cup, Cape Verde didn't win it all. They lost to Argentina honorably, and that's fine. This story was never really about the scoreline. It was about what a growing email list and a new push notification feature let us do with a moment nobody put on a roadmap. I'll see you in the next video.